What's up YouTube and welcome back. Well, today is another powder coating video. If you couldn't tell by the respirator, I had a customer drop off a dirt bike frame and let's see what we got. So I forgot what model he said it is, but he wasn't sure on color, figured black. So he dropped it off. I showed him a couple options. He wants to go with Pearl Black by Prismatic. Also dropped off the exhaust. This is gonna be a restoration project for him. I told him for the exhaust, I don't have any high temp coating, but if you're not in a hurry, I will order the stuff to do Cerakoting. So probably gonna be ordering that tonight. I've been watching some videos on it. It seems pretty cool, pretty straightforward. Obviously it's gonna be something to learn. And he just wants like a semi-gloss or matte black on the exhaust. He's got like 4 other bikes for me. But I just got my blast room all set up. So we're gonna take this into the other room and start blasting. I'd say fresh air, but it's not that fresh. So we got the frame all blasted. That is ready to get blown off. Probably not gonna do it tonight. It's 6 o'clock almost. We just got the muffler and we went through a little bit of media, but this is all ready. This is pretty much just gonna chill out because I can't do anything with it until I get the Cerakote. So that's just gonna chill up here on our cooling rack. I'm gonna sweep up the media that's on the floor, get that away from the door just because I'm tired of getting it tracked everywhere. Compressor, I was having a huge issue with it being cold out here. Obviously, compressors build moisture. And that being said, my, my water trap or water filter, whatever you wanna call it, ended up having just enough moisture in it to freeze. And I was getting issues with not having enough airflow. So I would have good air for a very, very short period of time, and to half-ass fix it. Setup is an 80-gallon compressor, decent sized motor on it, but my water trap ended up getting a bunch of moisture in here because I didn't take care of it last time and not letting out very much CFM. So what I was having issues with is I could only get short bursts. Well, this is an air compressor I dug out of the garbage. The motor, I'm not sure if it was the compressor or the motor, but they cut the cord off it, put it up by the road. I used this on the C10 as my air tank for my air ride when I first did it. Before I had compressors, I'd fill this up on shop air and I could go up and down 4 or 5 times, but I got a ball valve on here. So this comes from the compressor to the tank. So, holy fuck, that scared the shit out of me. Yep, might have peed a little bit. Early. So this tank is just reserved because obviously that builds a little bit of pressure in there. So that was having a little bit of pressure until I ran out and I would drop down to, I don't know, I'm guessing 40, 50 PSI and doesn't do nothing at that. But then this is just, I forgot what they call it, a whip line or something. So I had this for my other blaster and pretty much, whatever. But pretty much I just put 2 quick ends on here because this was just a 3/8 push connect, and that was that ran to my air system on the truck. So I swapped it out for this quick coupler, put ends on this hose. My plan is, I think my plan is now, this is actually going to go in the powder coat room so it actually stays decently warm, so that way I don't have these freezing issues. I didn't want it in there, but it's probably where it's going to go. I planned on using this like this pretty much, but I need to build legs or a stand or something so that way I could still get to the air drain on the bottom. And then that's probably gonna go up on the ceiling before I build this ceiling or something, but I need to get better lighting. I need to get a ceiling. This blast area is way better than a cabinet. And then for my spray booth, I should probably scrape up all that powder on the bottom. I've never cleaned it and I've been doing this, I don't know, 6 or 7 months now. But next time we come out here, we're gonna go ahead, blow off the frame. For prep work, all I do, so I kind of changed it up a little bit with it being cold out and I don't keep this room heated. What I'll do is I'm gonna get the frame all blown off. I'll throw that in the oven just to get it up to, I don't know, 100, 150 degrees. Pull it out, spray it with the gloss black. Well, not spray it right away. So on a dirt bike frame, you want to go through anything that is threaded. You want to go ahead and use silicone plugs. And those are I don't know, they're all over Amazon and stuff. You can buy different size kits. Dirt bike frames, in my opinion, are a little bit of a pain in the ass, but they pay good money. You just get these little silicone plugs. These are high temp, and you can leave these in for the whole process of baking the powder, but you don't have to. If you do, it'll actually leave like a little ridge where that was, where the powder melted. What a lot of people do is they'll go ahead, plug all the holes, throw it in, let it flash, pull it out, take all the plugs out, and then put it in for their cure. But after I get my plugs, I spray the frame, and then a lot of these hard corners and stuff like this, I will spray the fuck out of those, put the bike in, let it flash out, take it back out, let it cool down to about 150-ish, 180-ish degrees. Go ahead, hit it with a nice heavy coat, put it back in for a final bake. This customer actually says he's got probably 4 or 5 bikes total that he's gonna restore, so hopefully he's super impressed with this one. This will actually be my second bike I've done. There's a couple more people that I've been talking to. There's a guy with a 98 CBR 600 RR, I think. He's got everything stripped down. We're talking about color right now. A lot of people don't understand powder coat, that it has to be baked at a high heat. And I've been asked a couple times now, can you powder coat this? No, it's plastic. Can you powder coat this? No, it's fiberglass. And so if I can, I'm gonna refer work, like my buddy at Sanilac County Tint and Vinyl, I think it is. He was actually my first big job here. Local company wanted him to wrap a motorcycle, and he said, it's not gonna look good and it's gonna be a lot of work. So he came to me, said, hey, I got this job. When he got the bike back, he gave it back to the customer. I told him, hey, I had actually contracted out. This guy does powder coating. He's fairly cheap. And I gave him a business card to give to them. So hopefully I could pick up more work from them, because they were super happy with that. But hopefully networking, I can help other friends out. They can help me out, and can all live in one big happy family and pay taxes. But yeah, so when I come back out here, maybe tomorrow night, probably, because I got no kids on Monday nights, I'll come out here, get this knocked out, call a customer, say, hey, frame's done. I already told them the pipe's gonna be a while because I gotta order the stuff. I've never done Cerakote, so I gotta order a whole kit. And then I planned on doing Cerakote anyways, because I wanna do Cerakote on the headers on the C10, because those were just it's called a shipping coating when I bought the Hedman headers, and pretty much after running them 1 or 2 times, it burned all that coating off, and now they're just rust. So I'm almost thinking about maybe like a bronze color, or maybe like how I did these valve covers. Kind of wipe off the powder, but maybe do my headers in that color, or something similar to it, or just be boring and do gloss black or aluminum. But yeah, so I told him that the header is going to be a while because I got to get the stuff in, but he's like, no worries, that is like the last thing that goes on the bike, so just worry about getting the frame done and then come back and do the header, downpipe, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, let's go to tomorrow. Next day, I got the boring stuff done. So got my room, it's, I don't know, 60 degrees in here, oven's up the top. My gun color is switched out. I cleaned out the booth. I did not realize how plugged up my filters actually were. This works amazing now. People wonder why dirt bike frames are expensive. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies you got to sandblast into, and there's a lot of stuff you got to plug. Threads you got to tape, and yeah, just a lot of prep work. So this is gonna get shot in pearl black from Prismatic, wherever the tag is. 10 minutes at 400 degrees. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit this really good right now. We're gonna put it in there, let it flash out, take it back out, let it cool down about 150-ish, and put a nice heavy coat on it again. So a lot of people would think, oh, I'll just hit it really heavy with a good first coat, and chances are when you get it out of the oven, if you do a full cure in tighter areas, like in here and stuff, you're gonna get like a rough texture, and what that texture is your mill thickness was not thick enough. The coating is just too thin to actually glass out. So the last couple projects I've done bigger like this, I like to go ahead, shoot the whole thing, let it flash out, pull it back out, and do a nice heavy coat to just make everything even. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I don't have phone mount out here, so I can't even show you guys me spraying. Sorry. Okay, so we're back. So it is warm in here now because I just had to go in the oven to get the frame out. Like I said, we put it in there just to glass out. Powder doesn't look 100% perfect right now, but we're gonna go ahead, let this cool back down, and then we will hit it again once it gets down to about 180, 150. We're at 220 right now, so let this cool down a little bit. We got our gun loaded up. We'll do another coat real quick. You don't want to do it too much when it's hot, especially, well, I don't know about a gloss because I've never really done gloss hot flocking before, but if you were to do a clear, that would soak the clear right in, and you would get, especially if it was a metallic clear, the metallic would run to edges and stuff like that, and you would just not get a good product. So gonna go ahead and let this cool down a little bit and hit it again. So now we got it in for our final cure. The oven dropped down to 300 degrees, so it's gonna be a little bit before it gets up to temp, but she's in there. So I just checked the temperature of the part. When you're powder coating, it says 10 minutes at 400 degrees. That does not mean oven temperature. 400 degrees is when the part gets to that temperature. So the part was at 360 degrees, so 40 more degrees, and then we start our 10-minute timer. You guys wanna see the finished product? So oven is still hot. We're still at like, oh, she's cooling down. But this turned out really good. This is my favorite black that I do, that I've tried so far. This is Pearl Black. I still gotta pull out all my plugs. I will do that after it cools down, even though I should probably, I don't know. I really wish I had a rack, because if I had a rack, then I could pull it out and I wouldn't have to worry about bumping it out of everything. This frame is actually a lot bigger than the last one I did. The last one was a CR 125 from like 98 or something. I'm not sure what this one is, but it's significantly larger. So it's kind of a pain in the ass, because not having a rack and that tail section being so long, I had to hold it way out like this, and it was wanting to swing, and trying my best not to hit my pants or any other obstacles I got in my powder room. But I'm gonna message the customer and tell them this is done. I got Cerakote on the way. This pipe is gonna get done Cerakote. He's got 3 or 4 more pipes he's bringing me, 3 or 4 more frames. He asked me last night if he could drop off more pipes. I said, preferably, I would like to do all the exhausts at one time, because with Cerakote, there's a hardener. You gotta mix your paint. And I would like to just knock it all out at one time, only have to clean the gun one time, and pretty sure, I don't know how I'd hang them yet, but pretty sure I could fit all of them in here as one batch, and that's how you make your money, doing batches instead of running your oven for one part. But we're gonna go ahead, call it a night, and we'll call that the end of this project. So Like, comment, share, subscribe. Go over, check out SV Powder Coating on Facebook. I literally just did a giveaway. I did $50 gift card or $70 credit. We get that page going. I'm probably gonna do some more giveaways. I want this to be a full-time business for me. I don't want to have to work for somebody else, make somebody else money. I want to make my own money. So preferably, I would like to get my powder coating to really take off instead of just making a couple $100 a weekend. But for now, that's some good side money, and I can get my house paid off. I can make upgrades out here. I can buy stuff for my project cars. I don't have time to work on them, but go back, check out the last video, and let me know what project you guys want to see more on the channel. I got the C10, I got the CRX, I got the Cummins, I got the C60, which I really want to work on the C60. But so remember, like, comment, share, subscribe. See you on the next one.